Imagine yourself standing on a dusty hill of Golgotha, the air thick with tension as the sky looms heavily over the cross. It was a day like no others, the days the Son of God hung dying for the sins of the world. Crowds jeered, soldiers gambled, and Jesus battered and broken, uttered his final word. It is finished. Then, with a loud cry, he breathed his last. But that wasn't the end. Oh no, that was just the beginning of the wonders that shook the heaven and the earth. Let me take you through the tale of 5 astonishing events that unfolded right after Jesus' death, each one a thunderclap of divine power echoing through the street. First, the ground itself rebelled. As Jesus gave up his spirit, a mighty earthquake ripped through the land. Matthew tells us in the chapter 27, 51 and 52, the earth shook, the rocks split. Picture it, the very creation groaning in response to its creator's sacrifice. Stones cracking like eggshells, hills trembling as if in sorrow. This wasn't just a random quake, it was a cosmic cry, symbolizing how Jesus' death shatters the old order, connecting the divine with our broken world. The earth quaked because the King of Kings has triumphed over sin. But the tremors didn't stop there. Second, grave burst open. In the same moment, tomb cracked wide, and the bodies of many holy people who long since died were stirred. Matthew continues, the tombs broke open. The bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. And after Jesus' own resurrections, they emerged, walking into Jerusalem, appearing to many as living proof of victory over death. Can you imagine? They saints strolling the street, their eyes alive with glory, testifying that death's grip was broken forever. This miracle whispers of the hope we all crave. A resurrection not just for them, but for anyone who believes. As the ground settles, something even more sacred happened. Third, the temple veils was torn in two, from top to bottom. A thick curtain operating the Holy of Holies, God's most sacred space, from people, ripped like paper. Matthew 27:51 records it. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. No human hand could do this. It was God's own act, smashing the barrier sins had built. Suddenly, access to the Father was open to all. No more priests, no more rituals. Through Jesus' blood, we could step boldly into God's presence. It was the dawn of the new covenant, where grace flowed freely. Yet, before this earth-shaking sight, the heaven themselves had mourned, for darkness swallowed the day, from noon until 3 in the afternoon, and unnatural glooms blanketed the land, as if the sun hid his face in grief. Matthew 27:45 described, from noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over all the land. This fulfills the prophecy in Amos 8:9. I will make the sun go down at noon and darken the earth in broad daylight. It couldn't be solar eclipse. Astronomy tells us that's impossible during the full moon at Passover. No, this was divine intervention, a the cosmic shrouds of judgment and sorrow, veiling the world as the light of the world dimmed on the cross. People must have trembled in fear, realizing the spiritual blackness that comes without Christ. And in the midst of this chaos, one man's heart cracked open like those rocks. Fifth, the hardened Roman soldiers saw the truth. These centurions, a battle-tough leaders of men, stood guard watching the earthquake, the darkness, and unfold miracle. Matthew 27:54 captured his awe. When the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, "Surely he was the Son of God." From mockery to reverence in an instant, Jesus' dignity in suffering, his word of forgiveness even for his executioner, pierced this soldier's soul. If the Roman warrior could recognize the divine, how much more shall we? Friends, these events aren't just ancient history, they are a story of redemption that still echoes today. They show how Jesus' death wasn't defeat, but the ultimate victory, representing open doors to eternal life. In this end time, receive Jesus' salvation and let him show you the great purpose he has in your life. Type purpose in the comments, subscribe and watch my miracle story at link below to reconnect with him.